a one night stand.
Oh my God! I can't.
If you're playing hard to get for too long, I mean, move on to the next. You don't like me, right? Like, there's no time for that. Like,
Yeah.
do you want this or not? It's a simple case of see a friend, talk to a friend, don't like the friend, move to the next friend.
So, and honestly, sometimes I just want to have sex with my boyfriend after a night out and pass out with him. I'm crazy when I'm drunk. I'm like, where are my things? Where's my money? Where's my purse? No, I just got
All
robbed.
men, listen to me. Not all men fart during their. That's a lie. Men are not that stinky. It is a personal preference of his.
Yeah.
And I'm here supporting all clean men.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Pillow talking, sipping wine. Let me a blunt at the vibe. Cause when we beat it up, she said she can't get enough. She said I'm yours.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode on the Deep Waves podcast. My name is Jennifer, and with me we have
I'm Vich,
just Vich.
the international badman dada.
I like that. I always, I love how you introduce yourself, Badman Dada.
Yeah, so you guys, welcome to
Yeah.
the Deep Wave podcast, another episode.
And I'm so excited.
Yeah, what are we talking about today?
Today we are talking about, am I the asshole? Am I the a-hole for sushi?
Yeah.
Am I the a-hole?
Welcome to Am I the A-hole?
Yeah. So these stories we gotten from Instagram. These are the craziest stories that we could find. So stay tuned.
Okay.
All right. So, do you want to start?
Women first. Have the pleasure.
All right. So my best friend, let's call her Kemi, went through a pretty rough divorce a few years ago. She was married to a guy for 7 years and it ended terribly. They were separated for a while, but just recently they decided to get back together. Now she's planning to marry him again and invited me to the wedding. I know Sarah's decision to reconcile is her decision, but I can't shake off the bad memories of how he treated her. It feels like a huge step backwards, and I just don't feel comfortable supporting this. I have told her I won't attend the wedding, and now she's really hot, saying I'm not supporting her and our friendship might be on the line. Am I the asshole or a-hole for not being able to support her decision, even if it makes her happy?
Well,
What do you think?
a lot.
A lot.
But I guess
Yeah.
these type of situations are like always like that, isn't it? When like somebody's not good for your friend,
Yeah.
and they've been in a toxic relationship,
Yeah.
and like you're just trying to avoid that situation totally. Maybe different stories or whatever has been going through in their relationship. But I guess it's her decision. What do you think?
I'm so happy we have the same thought processing on this particular.
Because I mean,
Because I'm like, she is standing on business. Like her friend is standing on business. She doesn't want anything to do with Sarah. She doesn't want anything to do with the other girl.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure that she must have come to her with her problems. This is what the guy has been doing. So many blah 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 blah.
Truly.
Yes. And she must have been like part of the people who must have cajoled her to leave the guy in the first place. And then she will now go back
and talk about their story. But like they say,
she will now go back and talk and make Sarah or make her be the bad guy.
But like they say,
do you get?
All is well in love.
Well, in this type of thing, I'll be like, guy, I'm supporting you, but I'm staying in my lane.
Yeah, well, which is normal.
I'm not coming for your wedding. If this will end our friendship, fine. Like, on to the next friend.
On to the next friend, really.
On to the next friend. Honestly, I don't want anybody that will come to me with their problems or their troubles or whatever it is. And I'm sure that for them to have divorced, it must have been something
serious.
Yes. Like it's not a travel matter or something small that they will go through the whole divorce. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. So
Well, anyways,
Yeah.
you guys should let us. What will you do if
What
you
will
are,
you
what's her name?
do,
Sarah?
Sarah?
What would you do if you're Sarah? Would you go for her wedding, or would
Wedding.
you actually not attend and break off your friendship, I guess?
Yeah.
What would you do? Tell us on comment
Comment
section.
section. Yeah.
So this is Am I the Asshole? I recently had a falling out with my friend. So for context, I will use the name of my friend as Jane, and my name will be Anne. Okay. So Jane had this guy who has been on her case for about 3 months now, and she has been rejecting him, or in her words, playing hard to get. She has
Okay.
always said she doesn't like him and he was not her type and would never date a guy like him. So recently I went for a friend's party alone without Jane, and I had a few drinks at the party. That's normal. Surprisingly, here the story comes. I saw the same guy Jane who was crushing on my friend. Hmm. I think she said, yeah, she saw the same guy. So she's trying to tell us like she met the same guy.
Yeah.
That's nice. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. She said she was too drunk to realize what had happened, but we danced together and had a few drinks eventually. Ended up at his place, and one thing led to another.
Whoa.
You know the rest.
Oh, shit.
The Anne says, I felt like it was a one night stand because he didn't call me after that day, but he started bugging me 2 days later and has been on my case ever since. Wow. So we started dating in secret. Initially, I didn't tell my friend about it because I didn't think it was serious at first. And now we've been together for a month. The issue here is Jane found out about it through a mutual friend and is angry at me that I stole her man. Oh, wow.
What?
Crazy.
What?
She said she was trying to see how serious he was. That's why she said she didn't like him. Now she's blaming me for taking her man from her, and we can no longer be friends since I steal men from my friends. I was going to tell her, but she found out before I did. Am I the asshole here?
A lot. A lot. You know, at initial stage, when a girl is trying to form her to get, you get when the girl is trying to form, let's see how far he's ready to go to get me, and then all of a sudden, you're not even blink twice. You're seeing with your girlfriend. You're not even blink twice. In fact, this situation is really dicey because
But I mean, as a guy, if you're playing hard to get for too long, I mean, move on to the next. You don't like me, right? Like, what is the guys don't even have time these days for all this chasing up and down, trying to make sure that, like, there's no time for that. Like, do you want this or not? I don't really blame, like, the fact I don't understand is where she said she stole her man. How is it your man? As a female antagonist here, what would you say? It's really crazy because, like, the guy was checking you for months. Months. And you guys didn't, I think her friend was even ashamed she had sex with the guy on a one night stand.
Yeah, definitely. She will definitely feel like.
And the guy actually came through and then wanted to date your friend.
Yeah.
And then he even tried, because most guys would be like, what do you mean? Like, your friend didn't respond to me. But he tried to even keep it like a secret because of her, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah. And
then you're even being angry that they didn't. So I'm trying to wonder, how did you go behind her back? Because it's more or less like, this guy wants you. It's a simple case of see a friend, talk to a friend, don't like the friend, move to the next friend.
It's kind of a dicey situation. I feel like personally, she would have told a friend.
She wanted to, but it was a one night stand. Like, it was.
But they did it for a whole month.
At least already happened in secret now.
Yeah, should have looked for a way. Your friend is your friend, for God's sake. Except they're not so close.
Yeah, at the end of the day, man, enjoy yourself with your new man. Have all the fun you want to have. No guilty conscience.
Right.
From my opinion, you're definitely not an asshole. You could have told her at any time. I mean, your life choices.
Yeah, she would
But
have said that
but
anytime.
still, her life choices, right? I don't know. What do you? I mean, I'm sure guys will be, and some girls will be with me on this particular one. I don't know. What do you
Okay,
guys think? You guys should let us know.
okay. Let's see. All right, so this is another story.
Mm-hmm.
So I mid 20s have this friend late 20s who is pretty much a lightweight. We hang out all the time. She's one of my closest friends. She's great and fun, but she always needs to be babied when she's drunk. Like she would need to crash at my place. She would need help vomiting. I mean, somebody holding her hair. I mean, literally putting a hand down her throat
That's crazy.
to make her vomit. She would sometimes panic and need reassurance. Sometimes she fights random people and not remember the next day.
Fights. That's crazy. That's actually crazy.
Or just be so fucking out of it and cry and say she never gonna drink again. Okay. Frankly, I just sometimes want to have a fun night, and it really ruins the vibe. I used to be like that when I was newly discovering alcohol, but it wasn't to that extent. Like the behavior was not that bad. So I have stopped inviting her to events where alcohol is involved, and I have noticed that she's been hurt when she finds out about plans that don't involve her. We are in the same social circle and she's on my social media, so it's kind of inevitable that she would hear about it. I live in a small apartment and by myself, and honestly sometimes I just want to have sex with my boyfriend after a night out and pass out with him in peace without having her stay over and having to take care of her, especially if she's staying overnight and it obviously wasn't planned beforehand. Maybe I am selfish and a bad friend, but this, I don't really think I know much about how I'm feeling. Am I the asshole?
I mean, for the last part, X, drunk X, or should I say SEX, is always is always really nice. Like I get her disturbance in that part, and then also everybody hates a turtle who can handle her drink or her. Like it's actually crazy that she's older than you, and you're like, imagine a Gen Z body looking at like a millennial babe feeling like, oh, she's older, she can hold her liquor, but she's actually the one. So that kind of thing is always like the younger person is always the one doing that. So imagine someone older than you being the person not being able to handle her liquor.
I
mean, and when some women actually get drunk, it actually gets really crazy. Like personally, back in the day, I've seen a situation where a girl was really drunk and shit and was shouting, "Oh, I can't find my legs. Oh, I don't know where I am." So it's actually very crazy because you wouldn't know what to do at that point.
When he said that, I just remembered something that happened to me. I keep saying that story to everyone. I'm most surprised you're not saying the story now. And like it was really crazy when I got drunk. Like I literally threw up, and I was accusing one of my friends. Oh, she's the one that threw up. Like
that's actually crazy. If you like, I guess wanted to drink. But not being
when
able
it happens
to
every time,
hold your liquor. Like
when
everybody,
it happens once in a while,
yes, everybody has gotten
yeah,
tipsy way of their goals.
definitely.
Like but it doesn't mean like somebody has to carry you, drag you, make you from, like.
I think that's
you
even
should be able
majority of the major. Is why mostly I won't stop drinking.
You should be able to hold your liquor to it
because I don't think I can hold it. I'm crazy when I'm drunk. I'm like, where are my things? Where's my money? Where's my purse? No, I just got robbed. Like I'm crazy.
It was a wild experience.
I can't handle it.
It was a wild experience.
I don't know how people handle one shot, like 2, 3. They keep going. I'm like,
no, but I mean,
oh my god, I can't. Only 2. I'm out, man.
With drinking, you should actually know your limits.
Yeah, definitely.
Like you should know. Okay, if you know you have a glass of wine
Yeah.
and you know you're good, there's no need to try and,
True.
what should I say, form that you are an alcoholic. It's not
Yeah. Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like being
Yeah.
an alcoholic isn't really so cool. Especially like
Mm.
you should know how to handle your shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like don't have to push everyone or fight. Because it's crazy when you go to the club and like you're with guys and bare girls and you're like you see one of the girls trying to fight a dude and you're like, what the fuck is this? I'm
What
not
the
here for
fuck?
this vibe.
Yeah.
I'm actually, you're here to have a good time and
Yeah, yeah,
leave.
yeah.
You
And
know?
then another thing is you can actually spend more money without knowing in the clubs. So it's good for them. It's good for the clubbers. Like it's
No,
good for the
it's not.
club
No,
owners.
it's not. Because you getting drunk leading you to a fight is like what nobody wants to see.
Yeah.
Because you break shit, you throw shit off, like
Yeah,
you're going to
yeah,
spoil the whole party.
yeah.
Like imagine 10 guys, 10 girls, and somebody's acting off, and it was already a planned,
Yeah.
hangout. That's gonna set the whole mood off. Like
Yeah.
the girls might end up wanting to leave. No, it's just gonna spoil the whole fun.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
yeah.
me, I wouldn't like that kind of person in my.
Yeah, and it's not totally safe. But then again, if she's
But
with your friend, if both of you are friends, why can't you like be there for your friend?
every
Why?
time?
That's what they call friends.
Even disturbing sex with your boyfriend.
Oga, is it food?
Drunk
Oga,
sex.
now food.
It is so drunk. Especially when you're drunk, you be doing some wild. You want to let loose
Yeah.
and do some wild shit. So like,
Are you talking out of experience?
madam,
Are you talking out of experience?
if I was the guy there, I want
Oga, go.
they have
Oga,
to
go.
know how to handle it because you can't come and be spoiling
Yeah.
this shit for me. What you mean? What you mean? What do you really mean? In this time and age and
Yeah.
day, I beg, never. Anyways,
All right.
am I the asshole for threatening to sleep in another room because my husband farts keep me up? Oh, wow, this is different. Not the a-hole though. I feel ridiculous even typing this because it seems like a silly problem. But here's the deal. My husband and I share the same bedroom like many people do, and I love him very much. He hates sleeping without me. However, he farts in his sleep so much and so loudly that he regularly wakes me up from my slumber
Oh my
and keeps me
God.
awake because it smells so bad. Wow. I'm about to puke reading this.
He's taking me out.
Like, I am not exaggerating when I say his farts are so loud that they
Yeah.
get awoken from the dead sleep. Wow.
And
And I'm not a light sleeper.
Must really smell nasty.
Okay, that's crazy. The smell is beyond foul and lingers in our bed, and I get a new whiff every time he turns over the bed and moves the covers. Okay, I can actually understand you smelling every time somebody is actually farting, but that's crazy. The noise, the smell wakes me up and then keeps me from falling back asleep. And I suffer from severe insomnia. So I take sleep very seriously. I try not to laugh. And don't think it's unreasonable to want my sleep to go undisturbed. I've talked to him about it and asked him to please see a doctor because I'm worried something is wrong with him due to
Yeah.
how much fatulence he has and how bad it smells.
Oh my
He always
God.
responds that I just don't understand how stinky men are.
What?
I don't get
What?
it. But
What?
he says I grew up with 4 sisters and that all men fart loudly in their sleep all the time. No, that's a lie. I
What?
plead the fifth on this one. Is it true? I've been married less than 5 years, but lived together for many years before marriage, and once it became a major problem in the last year or so. He certainly has always been gassy as long as I have known him, but I don't recall being awoken from sleep during the earlier years living with him. I'm
She was in her
currently
love
laying,
face.
yeah, probably. I'm currently laying away at 5 a.m. because he farted at 2 a.m. so loudly. He woke me up, and I have not been able to fall back asleep because he just keeps tootling over and over. Oh my God, man, you're suffering. Oh. I'm considering. I'm considering threatening to move to the guest room until he agrees to see a physician. But I really don't actually want to do that. My preference, of course, would be to continue sharing a bed, but I travel for work a lot. Where is she traveling to? None of my business.
None of your business.
And I really need quality sleep to be my best self, so I can kind of snuck or stuck between a rock. I don't know what she wrote here.
Yeah.
And okay. She's kind of stuck between a rock and a stinky place. So she doesn't know what to do basically. If I move into the guest room, am I the asshole? I mean,
The guy's gut is dirty. The guy's gut is dirty. He needs to change his diet. He needs to change what he eats.
No, but it's crazy. I plead the fifth. Man. All men, listen to me. Not all men fart during their. That's a lie. Men are not that stinky. It is a personal preference of his.
Yeah.
And I'm here supporting all clean men.
Does it have anything to do with dirt?
He said men are stinky. That she grew up with 4 sisters, so she doesn't understand. So I'm trying to tell her that's a lie. I don't know how you didn't notice it in your first years.
Yeah.
Your lovey-dovey face. You were not smelling the fat.
But then, yeah, like if she has already recommended for him to go to the hospital to check it out. Although that's crazy because I don't know how you can come, and tell the doctor, "Are you farting in my sleep?"
It's actually quite stinky. When you're sleeping and then you're like sharing the duvet with somebody and you're actually fat. You might think it's not going to smell, but when you're sleeping, you can't help but talk sometimes.
Yeah.
So imagine it smells. Imagine it smells and you're like trying to hold off the smell, and the smell is just like passing away, and he turns and then it starts all over again. It's like crazy. It's like so crazy. It's so crazy. It's so crazy.
I just feel like she should go to the hospital.
The funny part would be if he doesn't smell it and he's just farting and thinking it's a normal thing. I think she should like blow the fat into his nose so he sees how stinky it is.
No, first of all, he should allow her to go and sleep in another place. Then go to the hospital.
She doesn't actually want to do that. From what she said she doesn't want to do that. She's just trying to say that so he can actually seek help.
Yeah.
Do you get? So I think it's a pride thing for him, not you said, it's actually going to be weird. You stand up and say, "Doctor, I can't."
See, no matter what, I can't keep myself because I'm in love with you. Please,
but how did she notice? Why would you agree to marry?
She was in a love phase, and again, you can't say you don't want to marry because you fat a lot. It sounds stupid to the ear.
Does it?
Yeah, it does.
It does?
Obviously, it does. Like, I don't want to marry not because you are a cheat, not because you are a woman beater, not because you are this. Because not even because of you smell physically.
But he stinks.
But
that's what's the difference. He stinks.
Well,
you just said that's how stinky men are.
Gas.
Yeah, so you didn't notice that smell? I mean, I'm sure you guys must have gotten down a couple of times. Were you so passed out you could not smell his flatulence?
Was he gassing when the actual act was going on?
She said when they sleep, because obviously they've been sleeping together for a while.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. Like
that's crazy.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's really crazy.
Alright, so this one. This is another. Oh, okay. I have been dating my boyfriend Mike for about 4 months, and everything has been great up until now. This post is gonna make Mike sound kind of crazy, but up until now, he's been the nicest, most laid-back guy I have dated. About a week ago, I was on a Zoom call with 2 of my friends, who we call Kemi and Tola. Kemi is 27 and Tola is 36. I was talking to Kemi and Tola, and Mike leaned over my shoulder to say hello. Because of the pandemic, he hasn't met them, like he hasn't met either of them in person, yet it was his first time actually meeting them. I wanted him to get to know my friends a bit, so I invited him to sit next to me and stick around. Tola was talking about her dating woes and how pandemic has made it harder to date than ever before. Mike made this weird joke about how Tola needs to find a guy quickly because when she gets to 30, she's going to hit a wall and no man will want her anymore. He said it in his joking voice, but both Kemi and Tola looked weirded out, and I was too, to be honest. Mike never said anything like that before. I guess he picked up on the awkwardness because he started saying all these stuffs about how women age like milk and it's not the same for guys, and different kind of things about younger women having more attraction
Shut
than
up.
older women. And they both looked at each other and kept quiet. And so and so I said that the guy that he and so I said that Tola looks 30, much younger than that, but she's actually 36.
Ooh.
And then he stood up and walked away. Since then, we have been having quarrels on how I am not a supportive girlfriend. Am I asshole for saying that in front of my friends?
I mean, this is why, people should learn how to read the room.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I get where she's coming from. She's, especially for women, the age thing is like it's not something you bring up or something you like.
Yeah, I think that's a very dicey topic.
You like try
yeah,
to
that was,
play at their face.
in my opinion, that was very stupid of him. He's not emotionally matured. He's not emotionally
It's not like
sound.
he's not stating facts.
No, I don't want to believe that.
But no, it's not
he's not stating facts in any way. I'm standing on 10 toes.
No, hold
he's
up.
not stating
see what I'm
facts
saying.
in any
See what I'm
way.
saying. It's not like the mistake here is you're talking to people you don't know.
Mhm.
Somebody you're just meeting for the first time.
Yeah.
Except you really don't like them or something is up. I don't see why you should be making like subtle comments like that. Because when you make subtle comments and you read the room and you're saying you expanding on it is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, why are you expanding on the topic?
Yeah.
And then now you're angry because your girlfriend doesn't believe that you should be saying, because how, like, put yourself in your, how do you want her to defend you and her friend at that point in time, and you're not reading the room to just shut up? Like, you should know when to just shut up. Like,
exactly.
You said it the first
and
time.
I just want to state that
It didn't ring. Shut up.
Women that are older than 30, they definitely can find anybody. In fact, they are more matured. They are more emotionally sound to handle things. They are emotionally sound to handle marriage. They are wiser. They are better. They are financially stronger. They can help in so many other things. When the person, I don't feel like it ends at 30.
It does.
It doesn't.
It doesn't end, but it does. Most men
It
don't
doesn't.
look to go marry a 30-year-old woman.
I don't care, but it's not true.
Most men don't look
It's
to go
not
marry,
true.
no matter how mature you are. 30 is like phasing out stage, because it's more or less like, why didn't you get married early? What were you doing in your young days?
So everybody would marry early. It doesn't make sense.
Yes, but what were you doing in your young days that you couldn't settle down? Were you hoeing around or what? That's how men see it.
No, it's not true. That's how men see it. Then you guys are dumb. That's what it means. Because obviously I might be chasing a bag and I not have had good relationships.
Even career women have issues getting married when they're old. I'm not necessarily saying you were a hoe or you were doing something wrong.
So all women that past 30 are not married, they're hoes?
No, societally it becomes harder. And no, that's not. I never said all women that are past 30 are not married are hoes. I'm saying society becomes harder for you to get married once you're crossing the line of 30.
But that should be a prime age for women, in my opinion.
That's a prime age for men.
That should be a prime age for women.
That is a prime age for men.
Because at that age, you are more matured. You're physically.
Nobody gives two hoots about being more matured and physically.
So you mean you want to marry somebody that would not be emotionally matured to bear?
Fuck all that. Pardon me. Even fertility-wise, like, younger women are more fertile than older women.
Not necessarily. Yeah, okay, yes. We have biological age. Everybody knows
That's what I'm saying.
that. But
so the
that
clock
doesn't
is ticking. Like,
ticking on
obviously,
what exactly?
men ripen with age, right? Men ripen with age. Like I mean, and a man in his like 20s is a young guy, right? A man in his 30s is just starting his prime. I mean, you see 40, 50-year-old men out there looking like they're like 30 something and, knocking women off. I mean, the last time a 70, I mean, 80-year-old man knocked a young girl up. How many times have you heard a 70-year-old woman got pregnant?
No comment to you.
I'm not trying to be the villain here. I'm just saying the guy was wrong in this situation. Stating facts or not, he shouldn't have said it after the first
When
time.
you are, in fact, I don't think that I would love to marry lesser than 30. I'm not up to 30,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like at that age, you are more matured.
Mm-hmm.
You are able to understand that this is the business you came for.
But you know, women, they say grow quicker than men and they are more mature than men.
So,
So that
in
means,
your 20s, you are just not matured enough
why would you
for
say that?
marriage.
Why would you say that? I mean, most of our parents
People,
and like the olden days people
times are
got married.
changing.
So what are
Times
you
are
saying about
changing.
maturity? People got married
Times are
literally as
changing.
teenagers.
Times are changing. Times are changing.
What is changing the
Right
time?
now, we have economy to contend with.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be emotionally, physically,
Mm-hmm.
financially ready
Mm-hmm.
to muzzle up a marriage.
So we're shifting now to making this a classist thing, which is not.
Yeah, it's not.
Is not. The
In short, what I'm
the
saying is that
the poor man or the
the guy
bricklayer that
is
is out
stupid
there marrying
for
his
saying
class.
such things in front of women, and it was disrespectful.
Yeah, simple.
Period. And I'm standing on 10
She
toes.
wasn't an asshole for on that situation. He was wrong. Yeah, like it's not a conversation you bring up with people you're just meeting for the first time.
Yeah.
Because it's just basic ethics. Like you're just seeing her for you shouldn't even really care. Why even in the room in the first place? Like you said hi, you said
Yeah,
hello,
just leave.
bounce, like go do your thing.
Yeah,
Except
just leave. You know them,
or there's a vibe that you're trying to catch on to, but you missed the vibe. You didn't try to correct the vibe. You're still trying to stand on. I'm the man here. What I go say is like that's what I'm saying. Oh, you cut it off. Like
that was
oh,
weird.
you shouldn't start and then now expect your girlfriend to, oh, she looks and the girl is even trying to help you out because she didn't either support her or support you. She just said, oh, she's actually 36, but you just called her 30, so she's looking younger.
Yeah.
And then you took an offense and you're like, you should have gotten a note from them. Like, oh, man. But sometimes, people don't get it.
Yeah.
Men don't
Dumb
get it,
people.
which is
Dumb
normal.
men don't get it.
Huh?
Dumb men.
Dumb
don't
women
get
too don't get it sometimes. So
Is that a gender
war, the fight,
Is that a gender
representing the
war?
brotherhood always. But
Is that a gender war?
I'll call you out when you're dumb. When you're,
All
when
right,
you're
so
not
we're
thinking
come to the
straight.
end of my
What do you
a-hole.
what do you think about these stories though?
Yeah, just
Were they really
write your
a-holes?
not everyone.
What do you guys think about the stories? Were people really
Yeah.
a-holes in this story, or
This
was it like
story.
a balance, or was it
Pillow
like
talking, sipping wine. Let me a blunt at the vibe. Cause when me beat it up, she said she can't get enough. She said, I'm yours, I'm yours.
Let him say. So we've
Alright.
come to the end of today's episode of Am I the Asshole? And how was today's episode, right? It was fun.
Let us know.
Yeah, let
If
us
you guys
know.
like this type of content and
Follow,
you want to vibe with us, like, follow, subscribe,
share, give the thumbs
invite your
up.
friends, let them come and hear hot G's. We're giving you back to back,
And it's fun here. Fun.
we're having fun here.
All
We're
fun.
having fun
And
here.
all
we
play.
get serious sometimes,
Yeah.
but we're having fun here. It's fun over here.
All right. Thank you. We've come to the end of this episode. Thank you. Bye.
Adios.
Adios.